What is up, everybody? Crypto Hedge here with another live stream update. What is up? What is up, everybody? That was a long intro, I know. I was getting things ready, guys. So Bitcoin booms past 6K, $6,000, and the altcoins are down, but there's a few altcoins that aren't down and they haven't even moved. Better yet, and we're gonna go over those altcoins today. But what a fantastic day today is. I mean, it's just unbelievable. $6,000 Bitcoin. We actually pushed past $6,000, and I think that there's a good possibility that it can continue to go up. But I think that it's more so a scenario that there's still more risk than there is reward at the current moment. But I'm looking at, you know, round numbers right now, but I just don't think it's gonna, you know, go below the level that it's at right now. I was really waiting for it to break out of 6K on the hourly, and it sure enough did, and I think it's gonna continue to go up, like I said. So we're gonna get into everything. I just want to celebrate. That was my Phil Collins celebration song. Very excited about today. I mean, it's been unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I don't know why my chat box over here is like looking all kind of crazy. Let's see if I can fix this real quick. Yeah, that's not working. Maybe if I do that. No, yeah. What is up, everybody? I told you I was bullish. I told you I was bullish. Some people weren't bullish, and I was just like, how could you not be bullish? Oh, but it's okay. You know, everyone's different, so that's just, it is what it is, guys. Phil Collins celebration, of course. I mean, that's one of my favorite songs right there. Shout out to Phil Collins. Susu Studio. I was actually dancing. Someone was saying for me to come on dancing. I was like dancing in my chair over here while I was getting the charts ready. I can name the bears. Uh-oh, we got name calling right now. I'm a bull. But I sold, bro. Actually, no, I sold and bought back in. Actually, a little bit above where I picked it up. But we're going to go over everything right now. Just know, $6,000 is a very great point for the market to just tank at that level. But there are indicators that are telling me that we're going to go above 6K. Not necessarily hit 7K, but go above 6K. And I'm going to get into why I think that, etc., etc. But 6K, I mean, that's a level that we could literally be stopping at, but I just, you know, it just doesn't seem so. Where is my stop for Bitcoin? We'll go over that right now. Morse code can name names. I know Morse code's always tuning in. He definitely knows what he's talking about. That's for sure. It's going to crash before 10K. Very much a possibility. Cliff High predicts $6,888. I mean, that's really precise. I mean, Cliff High, I need to send him a cupcake if he gets that exact number right. I'm literally going to send him a cupcake with a little you know, note with a Bitcoin wallet address on it. My wife is going to kill me. Why? Dude, you have XRP in your live stream tweets. No, it's not. Oh yeah, I just have it as a cash tag. No, I don't like XRP. I don't have any XRP. I sold out. What's up, Danielle? It's nice to have all of you guys in the live stream right now. Make sure to smash that like button. We're gonna get started right now. What the heck is this? Oh yeah, so Vertcoin bounced today off of the 32,000 Satoshi level. I was expecting a bounce. I'll show you guys what I was looking at for Vertcoin. I was expecting a bounce at that level. Vertcoin is holding up perfectly. Vertcoin is one of the only coins holding up so perfectly during all of this volatility with Bitcoin, and that says something. I mean, 90% of the coins on Bittrex, the altcoins, are like totally down. They're continuing to fall through major supports, and Vertcoin's just over here, you know, chilling. So that just definitely says something about Vertcoin. You guys know in my last live stream I said that I'm very bullish on Vertcoin, and since that video we saw Vertcoin go up to 40,000 Satoshis, guys. So shout out to the altcoin massive. This is just the beginning. Remember, there's more to the crypto world than just Bitcoin. Resist, diversify, and show the space that a future world with different cryptos is the way forward. Absolutely the bad virus. I completely agree with you. Absolutely. And I'm gonna get into the coins that I think are going to do well in the near future. I mean, Ripple was so terrible. Oh, Ripple, man. I'm gonna see if I can change the filtering here for this chat box. I don't know why it's so bad. Like, looking like crap. Whatever. Alright, we're gonna get into everything right now. I don't know why the chat box looks all messed up. Thank you, the Bad Virus, for the super chat donation tip. I appreciate that. Bad Virus, one of the loyal day one followers of mine. Alright, I'm gonna take the chat box out because it looks like crap and I'd rather have more screen. Hold on one second. Alright, there we go. That's gonna be better. Oh, crap. I'm using OBS, you can probably tell. No, I can't click on my face. There we go. Alright, let's get started, guys. Let's get started. We got 200 people watching right now. Make sure to smash that like button. Bet you some whales will be jumping in to the suppressed altcoin market. Oh, this altcoin party, I think, is going to be so big because we're seeing some of the craziest lows with these altcoins. Holy moly. We're going to get into Litecoin. Litecoin has been a little crazy, and I'm going to tell you why I was really worried about Litecoin, too. I was worried about the LTC-BTC pair. I will check out your Twitter. Let me go ahead and copy that. What percentage of Bitcoin should we hold through the fork? Well, I don't think the fork. I don't really think people are gonna get what they think they're gonna get with the fork, like getting the free coins. I mean, I don't even think there's one exchange that is gonna be holding Bitcoin Gold to sell or whatever. So, I don't know how that's gonna work out. I'm not, trading Bitcoin to get Bitcoin Gold. Last time, since last time, I think everyone has the plan now to get free coins. The fork is very soon, so I don't know. We saw a great rally today. The bulls are in, and they're coming in. They're coming in impulsively. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm worried as well. Yeah, we're gonna get into it all. I'm not necessarily worried right now, but I'm gonna tell you guys what's up. All right, so I'm gonna have the chat box open over here. You guys can chat away. I'm gonna get to business. What we came here for. Hold on one second. We're gonna be doing a lot of comparative analysis today, and a lot of people I've noticed on Twitter, not a lot of people, but a few people, they'll tag me in something that, and I don't even think that they follow me, but they'll do a comparative analysis. I had one person this morning that tagged me in something and tweeted, "Prepare for a big Bitcoin dump," and I'm like sitting over here, wait, what are you talking about? So I don't know if some people are doing the comparative analysis and getting it completely wrong or what with cryptocurrency or Bitcoin and Litecoin. But one person, actually, it was like two people this morning that told me that Bitcoin was going to dump, and I think that they're according, like I was looking at their analysis and it looked like they were doing, a comparative analysis, and I didn't think it was going to go down at all. So with comparative analysis, it's actually really complicated. I'm going to be going over how exactly you can do that because history does repeat itself and whatnot, but there was no way I thought Bitcoin was going to be going down today. It was going to at least hit 6K, which it did. But we're going to get over to the business now. I know I keep repeating myself. Yeah, comparative analysis is very hard. I mean, it takes a lot to be able to identify a trade based off of the previous waves. Alright, so let's get into this. So I'm looking over here. Bitfinex has had the highest volume. Look at that wall right here for Bitfinex. I mean, I don't trade the order book. And want to know something? What would be a good coin? So Stratis. I called Stratis in the private trading group, the Crypto Campus Club. I'm not going to call it a private trading group because that's not what it is. It's like, whatever. But Stratis had a huge sell wall. And I'm going to show you guys because you cannot trade the order book at all. I know there's people on YouTube that talk about how it's a technique or tool, but I just don't find it to be a tool whatsoever. Maybe in certain circumstances, but The order book is almost always manipulated, and you just do not trade the order book. That's just plain and simple. Most experienced traders understand that, and probably some new traders as well. There's manipulation in the order book. Whales manipulating the order book. So Stratis, I had a good run on Stratis the other day, and there was just a huge sell wall, and I got in during when that big sell wall was there, and I basically, like, very close after, I got some nice gains. Let me see where it was. I believe it was at 54,000 satoshis. Let's go to the 1 hour. I think it might have been less. And there was a huge sell wall, and I got in, and I just knew that sell wall was going to either get eaten up or it was fake. It was like 2 days ago, so I think it was around 52 or 54,000 satoshis. There was just a huge sell wall, and it exploded to the upside. The sell wall, I think, got eaten up. I'm not even sure, but yeah, don't trade the order book, plain and simple. But that is pretty awesome to see with Bitfinex, this buy wall. I mean, the buy wall is huge. But if you look at the 1 day here, a lot of green on the 1 day. But if you look at the 12-hour, I think that we are obviously diverging. We're still, we're basically getting into the overbought area. But I think that there's still going to be some upside. The volume spiked dramatically. But on the 12-hour, I still think that we could be moving up, one more quick, safe time, simply based off of the 12-hour and the 6-hour as well. You can see the 6 hours just starting to wake out. Now, usually, this is something that's normal, or not normal, but most people follow, is when the 6 hour there's a bullish divergence on the 6 hour. Long term, or people that are going to go long on Bitcoin usually get in and wait for the 6 hour confirmation. So this would be a time that I think, we're just now seeing a confirmation here that people could possibly start getting in. But the 12 hour is also very bullish. The 1 day is the only thing that's not necessarily, it's not bullish. But I think we're going to finish off this tip here and then retrace. And this is just looking at Bitfinex on CryptoWatch. I look at this periodically. I don't look at it all the time. Let's go look at where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is trading at 39.44. Like I said, can't trade the order book. We hit 6K. We retraced a little bit, and it was really nothing dramatic at all. Hold on. There's a lot of people that were bearish. The people thought it was going to go down to 5K, 45K, and lower. And luckily, I just really didn't think people were bearish at all. I was very bullish. So let's get over to this. XRP on support, maybe a steady run. We'll look at XRP. Since selling it, it's been still well below where I sold it, thank God. I just was so upset about that trade. It's going to go up for show. Stratis has done 100% retracement, yes. How has your line changed for Litecoin? Do you think $72 to $80? We're going to get into that right now. I know I keep saying that. Alright, so I'm on TradingView right now. I'm actually kind of liking TradingView more than Coinigy, believe it or not, so I think I might start just using this. So this is Stratis. Well, let's go over Bitcoin first. I'm going to tell you, before we even get into everything, there's a few coins that I think are going to be some of the only altcoins that are going to do well, or at least, sustain where they are. And I put them in the Crypto Campus Club, and I can't even remember what they were. One of them is Syscoin. Another is Stratis. Another one is Vertcoin, of course. Also Litecoin. And then the other one after that is Verge, but I'm not too keen on it. I'm not too keen on it at all. So Verge would be like at the bottom of that list. But those are the 4 altcoins that I think will sustain, since they've already been sustaining. Syscoin didn't move a smidge off this Bitcoin run, nor did Vertcoin really. So keep looking at Syscoin, Stratis, Vertcoin, and Litecoin. Those are definitely on my watch list. Although my primary bags consist of not these coins, but in the future they might take up a primary percentage of my portfolio. Do you have an entry point for Stratis? We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, keep a lookout for Syscoin, Stratis, Vertcoin, and Litecoin. Litecoin, man, Litecoin's been a little iffy. I don't even know where Litecoin is. I mean, it could literally be in a very bad position right now. No, so it's at the position that I expected to be at. Okay, good. So Bitcoin. So if you look at this price channel, and this is the price channel that I'm following, with Bitcoin. I mean, it hits 4 points previously on previous waves, all the way to the first wave. Look at this price channel, guys. Precise, guys. It's absolutely precise. Let's pull out. I'm just gonna pull out the brush. So you can see we are hitting the top of the price channel right here for the highs. Now we saw the retracement here with Bitcoin. We saw the retracement here with Bitcoin. We talked about that in the last live stream, which is one of the reasons why I was really bullish, but only one of the reasons. Excuse me. And we saw the uptrend here. So that was a bounce that we saw. That was a bounce that we saw. And also, this would be a good point to be putting out on for Bitcoin, which is why we are in uncharted waters right now. And I still think that we're going to move to the upside, but I think it would be safe to liquidate a portion at 6K. Not go fully back in, because this is just literally sitting at the point to where we can see a heavy fall on the 1-day chart. So I do think that we're going to continue to move up, but I think you should be incrementally selling on the way up. And until we have further confirmation of moving towards possibly a $7,000 Bitcoin, I'd rather have less Bitcoin holdings than to be holding at the top and lose big. That's how I think. But at the same time, I still have a lot of my Bitcoin, especially since we broke out of that bull flag at the 6K. And I'm not too concerned right now, because I think we will move to the upside. But just keep this in mind. This could be the end of the 5th wave here. This is basically just risk management at the moment. I'm glad that we got to this point. But if we break, really far out of this price channel, then that would be probably, that'd be insane. So I already, since we broke out of 6K, I think that we're going to be hitting approximately anywhere from an $8,000 to a $10,000 Bitcoin. But like off the next few waves until we see a really quite big retracement, almost like you could say like a bubble pop or something like that. But I think there's going to be corrections on the way to 10K. When I put that tweet out about, oh my gosh, looks like we're going to 10K. We're not going straight to 10K. There's going to be corrections on the way. But I do think that we are going to be heading to that level instead of moving down to like a $2,000 Bitcoin. That's what I mean. I think that we will hit a $10,000 Bitcoin before we hit a $2,000 Bitcoin. Okay, I should put it that way. I'm stopped out at 5,900. I think that would be a safe place to put a stop. Is at 5,900. Let's look at this real quick. So that's the price channel I'm looking at. I think you should all take a minute and look at it, because this has been perfect from the whole 5 waves that we've seen with Bitcoin. All precise on these interdips right here. So basically we have a dip and we move to a higher high, and we've had dips moving to a higher high, moving dips to a higher high. So that's my thoughts on that. Take it into consideration. I think if you're going to be getting into Bitcoin for the first time ever, and you didn't buy at the lowest low over here or like around here, and you're not in profit, I would hold off a little bit. I wouldn't just be jumping in, and the number one rule, and I've even had to clarify this in the Crypto Campus Club quite a few times, is you don't buy everything at once. That's just, you just do not do that. As a trader, you don't do that. Also, I mean, even as an investor, that's just something you don't do. I mean, if you're gonna throw, let's say you have $100,000 to throw at Bitcoin, you just don't throw all the $100,000 at one time. Especially at the point we're at right now. That would just be absolutely bonkers. So always know to incrementally purchase your coins. Don't purchase them all at once. Purchase them over time. I mean, if you bought Litecoin every week for a year, I almost guarantee you, I mean, at the beginning of this week, if you bought Litecoin every week till this point that we're in now, you would be unbelievably profitable. But buying all at once is definitely the worst choice you can make. So keep that in mind. And whenever I say something on Twitter or something like that, I'm never, ever, ever buying all my entire portfolio or my entire percentage or whatever off that buy. Ever. That's just not something I do. And you can ask any trader, they don't do that. And that's why there's, you know, there's initial targets for when you're getting into a trade. There's initial targets, and then there's the last target. The last target should just be the finishing up of you selling your coin. Not you're waiting for the, oh, I'm going to skip the first target, I'm just going to sell at the second target. You just do not do that. Plain and simple. I think everyone kind of, I hope everyone knows it, and if you don't, I'm just trying to make it clear with you guys. Because that's just moving forward. So, like I said, we've already pointed out the 3 points of support, basically at the B level here for all of these waves with Bitcoin. And I think we could hit a $7,000 Bitcoin. I mean, if we literally, we have precisely been following this last wave, let me tell you, it's been absolutely precise. We saw the hammer with Bitcoin here, hitting the bottom of this price channel. We saw the hammer. This one fell below the price channel. And if you look at the percentage-based growth here from the hammer of the previous wave, and this is just a small, not really a confident comparative analysis, but this is a 33% gain from the hammer here. I mean, I would go down to the end of this tail and then make my best judgment there. So 38%. Now, you can see Bitcoin didn't even fall out of the price channel when we saw that hammer hit. And the tail ended pretty high above here. So that's very bullish in my opinion. That's almost like this right here. You can see that it didn't fall past this the bottom of this price channel, but here it did. So take that also into consideration, and we're gonna get into another part of the comparative analysis back in I believe it was May. Yeah, it's in May, and that's one of the reasons why I have my top altcoin picks at the levels that I have them. And some of these coins are really going to take hard hits, really hard hits. And I'm going to go over some of those coins that are going to take hard hits. They've already taken hard hits. But yeah, so if we look at that, that's a 38.13% growth. And just know, guys, this is, I mean, I use various methods. I use various indicators on when I'm making a trade. But if you look right here, 38% from the bottom of that hammer is $7,000. You see that, guys? So we could hit $7,000. I mean, we saw a nice fat candlestick today, leading us to the top of this price channel, and the fact that that's an really heavy volume, heavy candlestick, it's hard for me to think that it's going to go down from this point. And that's just, it is what it is. Even over here, you can see we jumped up a little bit after we saw the hammer, but we didn't see this fat amount of volume and this fat candlestick right afterwards, which is not going to be precise on a comparative analysis. It's just not going to be. The biggest thing to look at, period, exclamation point, is the fact that we didn't fall out of this price channel. Everyone should be looking at this price channel, and I think a lot of people are, but some people are doing crazy things. I've seen the craziest things on Twitter today. It's like people are looking at some weird stuff with Bitcoin. I'm like, wait, what are you doing over there? It's like, wait, you have 20,000 plus followers on Twitter and you're making a terrible analysis. There's people. I mean, everyone has a different number. It's like I'm calling the top at 6,200. I'm calling the top at 6,400. I'm calling the top at 6,600. I'm calling the top at 7,000. So you cannot call the top yet. You really can't. And I know I tweeted about it at 6K, which would be definitely a position to sell a portion. So that's what I'm looking at. I think we're repeating something along the lines of this wave mixed with this wave, but they're by no means identical to this wave. That makes no sense at all, but it should make sense. So we're going to get to May in a second. And also, yeah, we're going to get to May, and another reason why I think we're going to see a 10K Bitcoin. You got to think about it. You've got so much bullish news out there, so much bullish news for Bitcoin. There's no reason why it should just crash all of a sudden. Everything's bullish. I mean, China FUD is priced in. China probably doesn't even think that they can FUD around anymore because people just think that they're full of crap. But there's really no FUD. There's no negativity. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of FUD here and there, but the FUD is just, you can't, people are looking past the FUD and people are looking at Bitcoin. And there's more and more people. I mean, the fact that we just moved to a new all-time high, you're going to have a lot of people FOMO buying. And I guarantee you 100%, this pump right here, this 4-hour candlestick, which did end at the top of this price channel, which is very bullish. The fact that this candlestick right here, I guarantee you, I will put the world on it that this is institutional money. Nothing but institutional money. And I think that this is institutional money that's just starting to get in. And, I mean, if you zoom out and go to the weekly, we're nowhere near a bubble. I mean, I know some people have been thinking that we're in a bubble. Okay, is that a bubble, guys? Actually, the pre-bubble is just starting. This is what you would call the pre-bubble before the big bubble, is how I would look at it. Continuous uptrend, institutional investors, smart money. Those are all the people that are getting in right now. So we are nowhere near a bubble. I mean, this is like the .com era on steroids. So keep that in mind. All right, now we're going to get to the other coins. We are going to get to the other coins. Call it top at $1 million. Yeah, I hope. That would be awesome. I'll turn bearish at 10K. I think that there will be a coming bear market. I do think that will happen. It could very much happen next year. It depends. It really depends on the current economics, worldwide financial system and economics. And it depends on cryptocurrencies, regulations, all sorts of things that can cause these things. Smart money was last year. No, that's like really smart money. I think smart money is still getting in. Absolutely. People, you got to think about it. There's a lot less people that have gotten into Bitcoin than you think. Let's see what Litecoin's doing right now. I don't even know what Litecoin's doing. Litecoin's at $60.47. Bitcoin's at $5,970. So let's get to this. I'm going to get a piece of gum right here. Alright, so let's get to this. Keep in mind these things. Keep in mind. Alright, let's look at... So XLM is not a trade anymore. Yeah, it's not one of those coins that I think is going to do well as an altcoin. I mean, you can see this volume spike. Look at this volume spike. That's absolutely incredible. I mean, you can look back. There's like no volume spike like it ever. So, I mean, it's really hard for me to talk a bunch of crap about all these other altcoins because the volume, I mean, look at that volume. That is unbelievable for a lot of these altcoins too. So, I think that we could be shocked in the future off of what some of these altcoins do. We saw nothing like what we saw over here. Same with XRP. I mean, I was expecting so much from XRP from that Swell conference, and it absolutely crapped all over my face. But yeah. So with XLM, I bought the bottom at 400 sats, rode up the first wave, and then I bought back in at 590, and I rode the wave there, but I didn't sell. And I rode the wave down a little bit, and then I got stopped out. So I didn't have any XLM. I don't have any XLM, especially from today. I mean, today is when I got stopped out of XLM. which is no big deal. Not a big deal. I'm still very up on my trade, my previous trade. But that's what I have to say about XLM at the current moment. Let's pull up the indicators. And you can look at the stock RSI is just so low. And then, I mean, XLM is still not over sold at the moment. And we could find support, just like we could have found support here. Okay, we could have found support here, which we didn't. And we can also find support actually exactly where we are. But the fact is, I just think that I would hold off if you're going to be getting into this trade. Plain and simple. It is definitely moving. The stock is definitely down, and then you have the RSI, which, I mean, if you look at this, and this is on the 3 hour, I should get over to the 4 hour. We're still, you know, on an upturn. If we pull up the OBV, I mean, OBV is popping. So if we pull up the 4 hour here, the RSI actually fell through the previous year. So, yeah, I would hold up on this trade. I don't have any of this crap. I got stopped out. So, no XLM, no XRP. Let's look at XRP real quick. So XRP is at a level that could very much be support. And you can see the volume spike as well. Now, we pointed this out last time. What about those left with a bag of XLM? I'll help you out. I'll help you out in a moment. Palm Beach Group advises clients to buy XRP before the next leg up. Well, if you look at this, XRP could find ground here. And if it does, XLM will follow. Plain and simple. There we go. Actually, let's go to the 1 day. 1 day would be better to look at, because on the 4 hour is not good enough to be trading. So if the 1 day, I mean, the 1 day is still slacking. I don't even know what I'm saying. I haven't looked at the charts before I did this live stream, so forgive me. I mean, the stock is down as well. I mean, we have to see some sort of upward movement hopefully soon. But if the 1 day ends around this level at like 36.46, if it ends at that level, we could definitely see a reversal, like around 36.46 and a move to the upside. But I don't have any of it, and I sold well above 36.46. And yeah, it is what it is. So I mean, if we start moving to the upside and we see a firm reversal, maybe I'll get in, since I sold at a loss, but also I would want to get in lower than I sold at. So, you know, I'm really not at a loss if you think about it. And I've regained most of my losses on that coin, so. So Stratis has been holding up actually pretty well. We saw the ABC correction here. It's actually double bottoming here. But I think that Stratis will find support, and I think that it's going to be one of those coins that does well out of the 4 that I gave you guys. Stratis, Syscoin, Vertcoin, and Litecoin. I mean, I think this would be a discount, you know, high reward, low risk buy right here. I mean, look at that. It just touched it. It won't even go down to that level. So that's what I think about Stratis. I mean, let's go look at the order book on Bittrex. Good point, John. Good point. What I think Vertcoin will do in the upcoming 12 hour, we will get to that. Let me pull up Bittrex. Vertcoin is at 33,861. And I'm going to tell you guys what I think Vertcoin's going to do in a minute. I want to get over to Stratis first. The alts have just been kind of dead, but I'm expecting a wake up. There's no way that they can just sit there at the bottom. Bitcoin is not going to be, you know, pushing them down forever. Alrighty. I mean, you don't trade the order book, but if you look at Stratis, I mean, Stratis is looking okay on the order in terms of the order book, but Stratis is a low buy, Syscoin is a low buy. Where's Syscoin? And these coins haven't really, you know, gone past these big supports from all the volatility with Bitcoin, like I said. Syscoin's heading down right now. Probably heading for a double bottom here. And you can see the RSI is still positive on the 1 day. Yeah, Stratis is one of the coins. You can see the stock is up a little bit, waiting for a retracement. But Syscoin, Stratis, Vertcoin, and Litecoin. Let's get over the Vertcoin. I know people have been asking me about Vertcoin. You can see I've been analyzing Vertcoin for a long time. If you're left with a bag of XLM at this point, I honestly would probably hold, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I mean, if you're that low on your investment, like, I don't want to tell you to sell now because you're just, like, so negative it's not even funny. So I would probably, personally, if I'm at this level and I haven't sold yet, and if you bought, like, a lot at 590, or, like, around the time that I went in with my second swing and you didn't get stopped out, yeah, and you're at this point now, I would personally hold. I wouldn't sell that big of a loss because, I mean, at this point, I think XLM should be finding ground eventually. Even if it could find ground down at 359. Let's pull up the fib. And I don't like to do the fibs on the tails. I just don't do that, simply put. So I don't trade 50%. Yeah, XLM. I mean, XLM is gonna find a bottom event relatively. I mean, eventually. I mean, I don't know. I don't know here, guys. So I don't trade the 50% fib level. Should probably include tails. I mean, it's basically hitting the 50% fib level right now, so, I mean, it should reverse at least a little bit. But I'm waiting for confirmation on XLM until I get back in. But I think that there's going to be another altcoin party since Bitcoin did hit into a new all-time high today. I think that hopefully it stabilizes and has another leg up. But let's get back to Vertcoin. I know I'm jumping all over the place. Where's Vertcoin here? So Vertcoin, on the other hand, I still think looks fantastic. Let's get to the 1 hour. Let's get to Vertcoin. We have 265 people watching right now. Make sure to smash that like button if you're new to my channel. Make sure to subscribe and also follow me on Twitter. @Hedge _. So you can see this price channel that I've been following precisely. And I did some comparative analysis with Vertcoin. This is the price. I mean, this is probably a little low here. This midsection. Need to up it up. Up it up. That would be like the mid-level right there for Vertcoin. Actually bounced off that mid-level perfectly right here. So Vertcoin, I called in the Crypto Campus Club a bottom for Vertcoin at around 32,000 Satoshis. Now, what I meant by that in the Crypto Campus Club, I meant that if on the hourly, Vertcoin by noon, which was this candlestick right here, this red candlestick, if by noon it was at 31K or below 31K, it would have been a sell. But it wasn't. It was at 31. It closed at 31,222. So I was like, this is going to reverse. We saw the shakeout here, which I was expecting. I mean, it could have been a shakeout. It could have just started to uptrend, but we did see a shakeout, and that's usually when people panic sell at that point. But I was looking at the hourly to end at noon above 31K, and it did. So we saw a nice pump up here, and it looks like we're going to continue to move up with Vertcoin. It's still following the upper side of this price channel here. This upper side of the price channel. Oh, this is actually a different price channel that I'm looking at too. I should make them a different color. So I'm not too worried about Vertcoin. I still have my Vertcoin. It's been performing very well with the volatility with Bitcoin as well, so that should tell you something. Now I'm going to show you guys something that I'm looking at. So this is going to make sense. This is going to probably make you guys happy, hopefully. Let me delete that. So I've been doing a lot of Fibonacci retracements on Vertcoin as well. Everyone's holding it. I think Vertcoin's a long-term hold, but if you're looking to trade the volatility, I mean, if you're in it for the long haul, don't dare sell Vertcoin. I mean, you'd be out of your mind. But if you're looking to trade the volatility, I still don't think it's a sell. So if you look at this previous run here, which is almost identical to this run, literally like identical to this run, but the correction here with Vertcoin ended above where the original run this year was. So it ended above that level, so it's a higher low off that correction. And if you look at Vertcoin over here, I'm doing percentage-based growth off the previous run this year. You can see that Vertcoin went 504% from March 13th, and we saw the waves all the way up to 45,000 Satoshis. But the thing is, if you look over here, it's almost precisely, if you do 276% divided by 2, it's 138%. So we're seeing precisely half the percentage growth consistently, even with the first wave here that we saw with Vertcoin, 504%. I think this one was around 250%, 240%, maybe a little less. On this, I mean, we could literally do it right here. So 244%. So it's like almost half the growth, if you guys are seeing what I'm looking at. So if we took that into consideration, 232% off the last wave that we saw here, that would bring us to at least a 43,000. What am I doing? Oh man. China is about to wake up in an hour or two also. Hopefully they don't sell on us. If you look at this, so I mean this would be the last wave here. I'm looking at a roughly a 43,000 Satoshi Vertcoin. But this fib level that was broken out of went past the 1.6 right here, and this fib level is nowhere near the 1.6. Okay, so I think that 43K is the first target, or the next target, 43K. But I think that we could also continue up. It depends. We have to watch it closely. I mean, you can see the volume spikes as well, unseen, never seen before. continuous volume spike. So we could very well go above 43K. Now, if we do go above 43K, the sky is literally the limit. And I'm going to show you what I mean here. How long has this been straight? An hour. Wow. So I know this is really confusing. There's so much noise. So the level that I'm looking at to break out of for Vertcoin on this next run up, if we break out of like 44,000 Satoshis right here, 44,000, and my next goal is like 43,000 Satoshis. If we break out of 44K, then we're going to be going much higher, which would bring me to like my 60,000 Satoshi Vertcoin. I think it's like 60K, or one of them is 60K and one of them is 49K. So keep that in mind. And you can see there's a higher low off this previous run, which is a good sign that we're going to be moving higher than 43K. So 43K is my first target, or my next target, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's Vertcoin, still in the price channel. Now, another possibility that we could see is we see a little bit of a double top right here with Vertcoin. Now, this is a lesser possibility, not as confident as for it to go down. So if you look at this, Vertcoin basically double topped here. I mean, if you look at it, it's basically double topping if you include the tails. I mean, let's include the tails here. So since we've double topped here, we could see a move down, and this is a possibility. This is a scenario. I'm giving you guys multiple scenarios. We could be moving down here to the bottom of this channel, and then we can move up past 43K if that happens. I mean, I'm thinking like it would be a moonshot, but I'm just not keen on it going down here as I am it going to 43K Satoshis. So those are the two scenarios. I got to give you both scenarios. I'm not going to just tell you, hey, it's going to the moon, man. Oh. So there's always two scenarios, so keep that in mind. And the volume is definitely increasing. We're going to get to, I want to get to Litecoin before I go. Do I think Vertcoin could get to $50,000 in a few years? $50, yes, not $50,000. I don't know about that, but who knows? I mean, we're so close to the boom for cryptos. I mean, the boom hasn't happened yet, and when the boom happens, it's going to be like the .com boom. So I just think that it's great to hold, but it's great to also trade the volatility. And you can see the on-balance volume is definitely steady, and it's moving up. More volume than ever before. So, I mean, if you're trading volume, I mean, I think all these altcoins would probably be good buys, but I'm not trading exclusively off of volume. So, someone is messaging in the group chat. What did they say? All right, so let's get to Litecoin. So two scenarios, like I said, we could have double topped here, and we can be moving back down to the bottom of this price channel, but not breaching through the price channel. I don't think that's going to happen. And then we can literally explode. But I'm just more confident of it keeping going up. All right, moving forward. Lisk, or let's get to Litecoin first. I think Lisk is going to double bottom here. Personally, that's what I think. I think it's going to double bottom here. And if it's going to be closer to the comparative analysis, look at that. Okay, I told you guys what I was looking at. A bigger wave, kind of like this. We saw the second wave here. And then we'll see a third wave that could be much larger. So Lisk, Lisk, yeah, I didn't even tell you guys, Lisk. Darn it. Lisk is on the top, the other ones, which is inclusive with Syscoin, Stratis, Vertcoin, and Litecoin. Still waiting for confirmation to the upside. It clearly doesn't want to go down any further on this one-day candlestick right now. So Lisk, absolutely on my watch list. Absolutely on my watch list. Heavily on my watch list. So definitely keep looking at Lisk, guys. Especially they have SDK coming out. It's a JavaScript coin. JavaScript is huge. Don't overlook Lisk, guys, even though it's been sleeping and it's made a lot of people bag holders. The reason why I like Lisk is because of the Lisk is not a stable coin. The reason why I like Lisk is because of the chart and also the fundamentals. There's a lot of big things coming out for Lisk, and it could be kind of close to what we saw with NEO. NEO was just so hyped, and I think the same thing can happen with Lisk, because people are gonna start buying Lisk, I think, and it's gonna start booming, and people are gonna start thinking, oh my gosh, NEO, whoa, everyone's gonna like go all in on Lisk or some crap. So I appreciate the last minute submit lines will back out. Coinbase will back out due to legal risk and 8% excellent opportunity. Alright, and we're gonna get into a few more things. I know this has been an hour long, but I think that we've covered a lot of freaking fantastic content in this live stream, which is why it's worth staying the whole live stream, because I'm here spending my time doing it. So, but yeah, that's what I think about Lisk, guys. On balance volume is falling, but I think it's going to catch itself. It's going to catch ground at this support level right here. I mean, you can look right here. This would be right here. Bam, bam, boom. Lisk is on my watch list. So keep in mind, take note. We're going to come back to this in future live streams. Lisk, Syscoin, Stratis, Vertcoin, and Litecoin. Possibly Verge. Those are the only altcoins that I'm looking at. Period. Until there's other coins that could possibly, you know, wow me, I will tweet about it. But, alright, so let's get to Litecoin. So, yeah, pound that like, but we have 254 people watching right now and only 75 likes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Bro, your knowledge is priceless to us. Carson coin, thank you. Yeah, we gotta make a Carson coin, or a crypto hedge coin. Crypto hedge coin. Alright, so let's get back to business. The on-balance volume for Litecoin is increasing. I told you guys if we bounce off of 55, we could very well see a $100 Litecoin. I'm still sticking to that. What else? The RSI on the 12 hour is still fantastic looking. Now, the LTC USD is struggling. I should go to the 4 hour here. We should make a Susu Studio coin. That would be funny. Yeah, so Litecoin is having a really hard time popping out of this 61 fib level right here. It's having a hard time. And it's not aggravating me, it's not bothering me, but what the heck? What's going on, Litecoin? What are you doing? So, yeah, we're having a hard time. You know, I was hoping that we passed the 61 fib level on the 4 hour here, but then we just dropped right through. So, yeah. So I think that, I mean, I still think Litecoin's good, but this is gonna be it's gonna coincide with LTC BTC pair that we're gonna get to right now. So like I said, still tons of upside for Litecoin, but it is dragging a little bit. It's been dragging with Bitcoin consistently, and then it'll just wake up and start charging past Bitcoin percentage-based. But that's what Litecoin usually does. Litecoin usually grows more than Bitcoin, percentage-based, LTC to USD, than Bitcoin. That happens very frequently. It's happened multiple times. So most people like to actually ride the wave with, but the same thing happens with Litecoin. When Litecoin starts going down, it goes down twice as much as Bitcoin, percentage-based. So the fib level is right here on TradingView. Right here. Yeah, so Joe Marshall saying tons of news will be coming out at the end of October regarding China. I think it's only good news from here, guys. I really do. And I don't think I think that there's a possibility that the SegWit 2X could not even happen. Could not even happen. And I think that's going to cause for volatility, because I think a lot of people think they're getting free coins. But if it doesn't happen, I can guarantee you that the altcoins are just going to absolutely explode, because there's no fear anymore of the fork, or not really the fear, but there's no free coins, etc., etc. So that's what I think. So let's get the LTC BTC pair right here. So you can see Litecoin just won't actually fall through. This is on the 4-hour here, and it looks like it's holding ground pretty well. So if Litecoin fell through here, this would be terrible. Absolutely terrible. But it looks like we're just going to double bottom here and then move to the upside. It looks like we already double bottom on the 4-hour. I mean, if we pull up the 1-hour here, pull up the 1-hour, I mean, even on the 1-hour, it would probably be like the 30-minute that you could see the double bottom. But yeah, Litecoin's still looking good on the LTC BTC pair. Basically, you can see right here, it looks like a double bottom. If we fall through that level, though, on the 4-hour, things are not looking too spicy for Litecoin. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the chances of that happening are just so slim. So that's what I think about Litecoin. It's a BTC pair. And you guys heard about all the other coins that I covered today. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything that I am going to cover when it comes to coins and whatnot. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Make sure to smash that like button. I want to get to 100 likes before we end this live stream. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on Twitter. It's @CryptoHedge_. And we also have the Crypto Campus Club. If you would like to join the Crypto Campus Club, make sure to DM me, direct message me on Twitter. It's getting spicy. How about Dogecoin? Oh man, Dogecoin. Was stating Wall Street hasn't had an opportunity to get in fully yet. Yeah, Wall Street hasn't. So I think, yeah, I'm still very bullish, guys. 6K plus before the daily close. If that happens, man, we're going to 7K. If that happens. But I'm still very bullish. I mean, we're in very bullish times, guys. So incrementally selling with Bitcoin at like 6K would be smart, but if we have confirmation of moving to the upside, which I will tweet about, or you'll probably see other people talking about it too, I would hop into that bad boy. But I still have a lot of my Bitcoin, and I'm expecting a round number approximately for Bitcoin before we see a further correction. Possibly we can get to 7K. You guys saw my analysis, and I think we're literally repeating. I think that if we're going to look at Bitcoin back in May, I forgot to go over this, so forgive me. So everyone that lost is going to miss this. If we go back to May, right here is where I think that we are. And it's been precisely following it, so that was terrible. I think that's where we are for Bitcoin, which could lead us to a possible 10K Bitcoin, 8 to 10. So that's the wave that I think that we're on. Very precise also as well, so, and that would mean that we won't even stop, leading us up to past 7K. I mean, we would be going to like possibly 7K in a retracement, or 8K in a retracement, and then up to like possibly almost like a 10K or 9K Bitcoin. But it's too early to say, so I don't want to be saying anything too soon. But yeah, guys. Yeah, so this is the top of the price channel. Using risk management, it would be a good time to liquidate a part of your portfolio of Bitcoin, but not everything. But yeah, guys, that is everything. I'm going to check out the chat box real quick. I actually have to go to the bathroom real quick. I will answer you guys' questions in the chat box if you want to stay and ask questions and whatnot. I'd be happy to answer them. But yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Forgive me. But yeah, I'll be right back, and we can just basically chat for a little while. So if you want to stay tuned, I will be un momento, por favor. One moment, guys.